garbage. I built myself a camera mount sticking off the back of the tail of the bike about 3 feet, so it might be bouncing around completely completely unviewable. I like to experiment, so we shall see. It might just be vibrating like crazy on the highway. I don't know, it might look really cool too. It's interesting. Beautiful day. I barely finished this thing in time to get out before the sunset. That guy here just brakes real hard just cuz. That's no fun. Was that a bit of a bouncy stop? I bet the camera went all over the place. It's kind of like sitting in the back of the bus. You feel every bump. Oh, maybe at some point I'll take a turn and you'll see the shadow of this thing and see how far it's sticking off the bike. It looks hilarious, but because this bike has a trellis frame, it actually kind of looks like it was made for the bike. Well, I guess it was made for the bike since I made it for this bike. I don't really have time to test it before I hit some twisties. I'm gonna roll out here and try to find a country road to ride around on and see what kind of footage I get tonight. I built this thing out of parts that were mainly laying around my garage. I had to go buy the sticks of conduit, 4 of them, so that it's less vibrating. There's downtown Austin. I might have missed the turn I was hoping to take. I never quite remember where I ride when I ride. My granddad was a navigator in World War II, navigator on a ship. He always talked to us about using the North Star to know which direction you're going and all that kind of stuff. I think that's a grandfather's way of helping a kid not get lost. Very cool grandfather I had. Taught me how to make stuff. That's probably what led to building this camera rig. I wonder if I'm still plugged in. Who knows? So for those of you that asked to see my bike, probably weren't interested in seeing me. I wasn't interested in seeing me, but I am a little curious, got to admit. Never seen myself ride. I built this camera rig. And now, holy shit. You see that guy right there? He was on YouTube. He was in my first video. I saw him one time and I tried to chase him, and he had turned around to chase me too, and I missed him. So this will be interesting. I don't want to chit chat too long because we'll run out of daylight. Are these birds or bats? They're birds. Maybe maybe he'll pull over and I'll catch up to him. Probably. If this light doesn't take a half hour, which it probably will. I've never talked to this guy before. He's probably wondering why I was talking to him like I know him. Probably because I put that video up and I'm used to seeing it and I feel like I do know him. It's kind of like when you meet people that were on TV or whatever, you think you know them. I gotta watch out, my tires aren't very warm. There he is. Nice. That's funny. Do you remember me?
Yeah, I do.
I posted that on YouTube.
You did?
Yes, I did. If you look up KTM Super Duke, KTM 1290 Super Duke R, you'll see it. I just came out here because I just mounted the camera like this. I don't know what it's going to look like. After you, sir. Hey, you get to have two bikes in the shot now. Don't know what kind of riding we're gonna do, but it's up to him. I don't like to take the lead whenever I go riding with somebody because that burned me a long time ago. When I was young, my stepbrother and I bought matching motorcycles, and he said he'd been riding for a while. I was just kind of like, okay. And we went and hit some twisty roads out by this lake that we live near. I'm watching him in my rearview mirror, and he's doing fine, so I kind of step it up, and he's still doing fine, so I kind of forget that he's behind me and I just start riding at my own comfort level. Well, it wasn't his comfort level, and I looked in my rearview mirror and he never came around to turn. Yeah, long story short, he ended up trying to crawl back over the barbed wire fence that he flew through, and we were pulling his bike out of a tree. He crashed, went through a barbed wire fence, spent the night in the hospital, almost totaled the bike, never even got to take it home. Don't just buy a bike and think you can do everything you want. What's funny is if I'm following him directly, you probably can't see him in the shot because that camera's bouncing around back there. Is it even still on? Yep. That's hilarious that I would run into this guy again after that first video I posted, and I just happened to go on a ride, and it's as if we called each other to meet up. So weird. Man, it's a gorgeous day. Well, if I wasn't riding with this guy, I would be hitting some twisties out there kind of hard, but just to see what it looked like on camera. I'm so curious. I like the way this guy rides. He's sensible. Which way are you headed?
Huh?
Which way are you headed?
I'm heading right.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I keep following?
I don't mind, but what would you do?
If you look up KTM 1290 Super Duke R, that's what this bike is. It's the new Super Duke. But KTM 1290 Super Duke, it'll pop up somewhere, and I titled it A Nice Sunday Ride. And it was that time I ran into you and we talked on the stoplight. I had to cut it in. I had to cut it in because it's hilarious. Because I said, do you want me to blur you at the end? But because the microphone sucks, it sounds like I say, do you want me to blow you? And somebody commented under there like, that kid's never going to be the same or something like that. But you'll have to check it out. I'll follow you a little bit further. We'll stop and talk somewhere, wherever you want to pull over. After you, sir. I don't think I've ever been this way. No, I know I haven't. I've never been on this direction of the road. I was going to head the other way because I know there's a twisty road somewhere over that mountain. Wow, this is cool. He's probably like, great, what is this guy doing to me on YouTube? Man, I want to go back and hit that twisty now before the light gets too dark. Might as well gas up. I gotta figure out how to unplug this thing before I rip all the wires out of it. This seemed to work okay, so I'm gonna do it again. That's so awesome that I ran into the kid, the Ninja Kid. Pretty cool guy. Now I have no idea what street we came out of. Hopefully I'll just kind of recognize it. Trying out the new camera rig. Hopefully I get some good shots. Just met the Ninja Kid. That's so cool. Did we come right out of here? Feels like it was further. That's not even a road.